Alright guys, so we're going to be testing out Crysis today. Bit of a disclaimer here. This is a few days actually after I recorded all the videos. What I did originally was, I recorded all these games pretty much side and for like about 6 straight hours I was just recording, probably about 5 hours I was recording like a bunch of games, playing in 4K. Some games didn't actually work properly, they didn't record properly, and some of them have issues. So I'm re-recording Crysis 1 and Crysis 2, and the Crysis 3 footage I recorded a few days ago actually is fine.
Maximum gain.
So we have that. Also, these videos, I know these videos aren't being uploaded in 4K. I'm learning GeForce experience as I'm doing this, but in the future, if I do decide to, I can record in full 4K 60 frames. It's just, I gotta set the settings up to that. So this is only 1080p 60 frames, but at least you'll be able to see the performance, and just I guess the overall look. It's still gonna look pretty sharp. So Crysis has some issue. And it has some issue with being a really low FPS. As you can see, when I move my mouse cursor, it's like 30 frames almost. It's really delayed, it's really laggy. I have no idea why. Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 handle perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn my... If I turn this on low, it still doesn't help. It's still like this. I think there was some issue when I was installing it. Something with the install went wrong. I might have to check, Steam for, any issues and things like that, and have it verify like the cache files and whatnot. So I'm just setting these video settings so they're fine. Okay. These are the settings we're going to use. Ultra HD 3840 by 2160, no anti-aliasing, everything's on very high. I turned motion blur down to 1/4 because it's too annoying in general. And I guess we can start from here. Performs well in 4K. It's just like I said, there's a frame rate issue. I think when it installed, there's something going on. We can take a look here. Something weird going on with this game. All right. So I have my controller connected. I don't want to play with my controller. I just want to see how smooth it is. As you can see, there's like some weird stuttering going on, and I don't know why it is like this. I don't know if you guys are seeing it, because apparently when I was also recording my games, there was like a bunch of screen tearing on my my actual monitor here. I was seeing like a bunch of screen tearing. However, in the recording there was like 0 screen tearing whatsoever. So I think it's the way GeForce Experience records based on the graphics card, not the processor. It doesn't really screen capture. It records the footage coming directly out of the graphics card, which is quite interesting. So this is two 980 Ti's in SLI. As you can see, the game is completely unoptimized. So don't expect amazing performance, but this is one of those games, that I love. It's a classic, one of my favorite FPSs ever made. And it's such a beauty.
He spotted KPA patrols down on the beach. Use your binocs to tag them before you run in blind.
What I really love about this game is
I see a large transmitting array.
It's 8
That
years
must be the
old.
jamming station.
If I'm correct. It's 8 years old today. It's 8 years old this year. It's going to be going to 9 years old, if you can believe it. Because 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. This game is almost a decade old, and it looks like this. And it still gives some of the modern games a run for their money. I mean, when you just look at here, this isn't even modded either. You can mod this game like crazy, but take a look here at the foliage. If I go down to the foliage here, well, if I don't actually move here, I'm using my mouse and keyboard since this game's kind of unplayable with that. Look at the foliage and stuff. You still have like quality and good, detail on the foliage today. You know, and games don't really look like this anymore. The God Ray effects are amazing.
Maximum armor.
It really does look awesome. You know, obviously it doesn't have like ambient occlusion like the, you know, the newer games do. You don't have the ambient occlusion like HBAO or anything like that. But if they ever remade this game, and I would actually love it if Crytek did a remastered of Crysis, the original Crysis, built on like the CryEngine 3. It would be incredible just to see this. I know that they already did that for the PS3 and Xbox 360, but it was last gen consoles, and I would really like to see all those graphical improvements come to the PC. That would be freaking awesome. I'm surprised they didn't like do like a free update to the original Crysis. So I'm stuck.
Maximum strength.
I'm stuck. I just got stuck. Here we go. Yeah. So there's some stuttering issues and a lot of screen tearing on my end. I don't know if you guys are probably gonna see it or not. I'm not sure. But I just wanted to do this for pretty much the looks, because this is a very unoptimized game.
We spotted KPA patrols down on the beach. Use your binocs to tag them before you run in blind.
I see a large transmitting array. That must be the jamming station.
This is a very unoptimized game. I'm getting like 40 frames per second now, and then back down to, you know, 45, 35, things like that. Then it goes back to 60, 70, 80. It goes all over the place. But I'm gonna be honest, if you guys never played this game, if you never had the luxury of playing the original Crysis, it really, if you ever get the opportunity, please do so. It's really amazing, and even though some of you guys may have played Crysis 2 and Crysis 3, this game is completely different. You know, it really gave you a good look at what a first-person shooter can be, and I mean that with like the utmost respect too. They did a fantastic job with it. It's beautiful. It's lush. It allows you to play the way you want. The story is also interesting as well. You have a really interesting narrative going on.
They've called in reinforcements. Enemy units headed your way.
Beautiful island, open world structure. There's side objectives. It really is fantastic. It still looks good today, and that's where I really do appreciate that about this game. It's aged significantly well.
Nomad, we're blind here until you find that jammer.
Yeah, I'm gonna mod this game, and I want to see how it performs with the mod. So I really would like to figure out what the frame rate issue is. I might delete the game and then re-download it, unfortunately. It isn't a big game, you know, it's older, so those games back in the day were only like a few gigabytes, but still, this isn't, you know, representative of what we should get. I have no weapons. There we go. But yeah, just walking around here is just it's just awesome. Like even the trees over there, you know, especially for 4K, you can see, you know, branches and things. Everything just looks gorgeous and rendered. You know, stuff pops in the distance as you look further down, but I can still see the tree trunks holding those trees up, and that's something that you just wouldn't see otherwise. Really, just really great game. And you know what? It's also kind of sad too. It's just sad the direction the series went in. You know, because you play a game like this, and it's like amazing, right? You have open world structure. You have a beautiful game world. You can play how you want. You have a really interesting narrative. You have, you know, all these great ways to play, right? And the openness of the environment is something that wasn't even done before in
AOC
games.
is overrun. Psycho and I are moving to the signal location.
This is
Nomad, there's a checkpoint blocking the path up the valley, so deal with that first.
This is like one of
Transmitting coordinates now.
one of the first games, you know, that came out that had like an FPS style game like this with like an open world structure, and it really allowed you to do it with this special like superhuman abilities and this lush tropical jungle. I mean, these are the guys, you know, who made Far Cry, right? But this was like on a completely different level, and it was gorgeous, and still to this day it's gorgeous. But it's sad because Crysis went in a different direction. And even though I liked Crysis 2, I really did enjoy Crysis 2, nothing compares to the first game and its first experience. And, you know, looking out in this island, seeing the gorgeous beauty of it all, and just taking it all in, this gorgeous sunlight, and just the tropical feel of it, going where you want. I mean, take a look at this. I'm going to shoot at that water right there. You're going to see drops. I'm not kidding you. You see the drops out there in the distance? Shooting at the water? I mean, it's attention to detail like this. No other game back in the day, and still to this day, the games don't let you do that. You can shoot in the far distance and still see, you know, raindrops. It's awesome. It's like I can engage in these enemies right here. Really great. The game looks really nice at 4K. There's parts of it that show its age, of course, but I have to be honest with you, like even, you know, looking at this, the water looks amazing. I love the way the water looks. You know, water looks really good. Looks really nice. So anyway, I just wanted to record my my quick thoughts on it. Crysis is a gorgeous looking game still to this day, and at 4K it does hold up really nicely. There are plenty of graphic mods for this, and I'm definitely going to download one of the graphics mods and, you know, see how it is. I'm going to delete the game and then re-download it and things like that, and see how it is there. So should we go? Let's see if we can get this guy. Oh.
Maximum speed.
No!
Cloak engaged.
I don't have any ammo, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna use this. Huh.
Nomad, find cover! Your suit's taking damage!
That guy blew me up. Don't play this game with the controller, by the way. It's awful. Aim down the sights is right bumper. I'm not kidding you. So, but yeah. All right, that was just a little Crysis 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. as always, and I guess coming up next, today's the Crysis day, so coming up next, Crysis 2.